welcome to Delight in Fright. I'm Kat, and the lovely Luna is on this side over here.
Woo woo.
Today we are covering one of my favorite films, Ginger Snaps. I'm
Yay.
so excited to talk about this with you, Luna. So the movie came out in 2000 in Canada, and we didn't really see it until 2001. That's why if you look a lot of different places, it can really vary. It's written and directed by John Fawcett, and also written with Karen Walton. We have our awesome Fitzgeralds, which is Bridget, played by Emily Perkins, and Ginger, played by Catherine Isabel, spelled properly with a K, but I have the E where the first A is there. We have Sam, aka the drug dealer, is played by Chris Lemche. I apologize if I'm saying that terribly. And then we have the mom, which is Mimi Rogers, and she's well known for the X-Files.
Ooh.
Yes. So there's a lot of themes to cover in this movie. So let's first start with let's roll our trailer, Luna, and refresh everyone's memories about how awesome this movie is.
Yes, let's do it.
So, Fitz, I think we should get together.
No. Out by 16 or dead in the scene, but together forever.
United against life as we know it. Let's get out of here.
What was it?
Big dog, maybe?
Whoa. Whoa? That's it? Whoa?
Think you see werewolves a lot?
Did I change last night? Howl at the moon?
How do you feel?
Wicked.
This is
Roll
a
in
very
the 90s
confusing
music.
time for your sister.
Mhm.
Boys, potty, trying to fit in.
Hey, take it easy. Who's the guy?
I think she's pretty. If I wasn't here, would you eat her?
Poor Bee. I'm growing up, and obviously you're not.
Oh my god.
You think I want to go back to being nobody? You're so dead.
They're just being normal teenage girls.
I'm not dying in this room with you! I'm not dying!
I think she's gone.
You know, we're almost not even related anymore.
Ooh.
Nice trailer you found there, Luna. It looks like Scream Factory is releasing their own version of it on Blu-ray. Nice.
Yeah, they did. They did something with it, and I thought that was a very neat trailer because it had the cool music, the interesting graphics, and like I was like, oh, this is the one. Very 90s,
Yeah.
very early 2000s Britney Spears kind of font, you know?
I'm sure they were filming in the late 90s before they got it all edited, put together, and were able to release it in 2000.
Yeah.
How did you like that score, that original score? I thought it was beautiful.
I liked it. It kept pace. It kept pace with everything. The score at the end, I'm gonna jump way ahead to the end because the juicy stuff is always at the end. But there's the very interesting scene at the end, and before it cuts out to the credits, that score at the end, it like got me. I was like, oh,
Yes,
you know.
yes.
I know there's a part 2 or 3 or whatever, but I haven't seen it yet personally. So the way it
Like with
left,
anything, it it can't compare to the original, right?
Yeah.
There's just something to say about that. But the original score was done by Mike Shields, and he's also done Blackstone in 2009, and one of my personal favorites, Tucker and Dale versus Evil in 2010.
Ooh, he scored that? That's awesome.
Yes.
I can see some of those influences now, thinking about it.
So
A
we have
very
our
good score.
tagline, which is they don't call it the curse for nothing. You
Mm.
think that's an accurate tagline?
Yeah, I liked all the sisterhood undertones that this movie had. Um, I was a big fan of that. I just enjoyed that. That tagline is great. And I also liked how like the mom this whole time was thinking like, oh, she's just going through her period or whatever, but she's changing, her body's changing, everybody's trying to gaslight her into thinking, oh, this is normal, this is a part of becoming a woman and everything, but it's like, no, you're morphing into lycanthropy. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's a bit much, right? And I it has a lot of teen metaphors in it, right? The
Yes.
first sexual experience, emotional instability, growing apart from one's family, changing of the body with puberty, and they do it in such a funny way. And this is
Hmm.
from Fangora's 101 Best Horror Movies You've Never Seen. Apparently, Luda, you've never seen it. So I need to get you this book so you can see what other
Oh,
goodies there are in
yeah.
store that
Yeah.
have been
Next time,
overlooked.
it'd be fun if one day you just grab a book, you just flip to a random page and be like, we're doing this one next. Because chances
Yes.
are, probably haven't seen it.
Yes, I love that. I love that. So I'm gonna just start from the beginning of the film and then we'll
Work.
scroll through. So the intro, we have suburbia, right? We have the
Yeah.
kid in the sandbox, and then we see a red dot on his cheek. What's that? Oh no, it's Baxter.
Oh
What did you think
god.
about that intro?
That was a very interesting intro. I could totally tell the like dog, like the paw or whatever they had was totally fake. But I just thought it was so funny and cheesy in a way. And then it kind of leaves you thinking, ooh, there's a wild killer on the loose.
And then that pan from the dog's head into the doghouse. And I
Yes.
just love that transition from the house to her garage door as she's raising the garage door. Bridget is, and then
Yeah.
we see them doing their special project that they're doing. What did you think about their project?
Um, I would totally love to hang out with them, because of all the blood and stuff that they're making and um taking all those really fun pictures for their project that they did in school. I was I was really enamored with all of the pictures that they took. I was just like looking at them. I'm like, "Oh my god, these are so good." Like the cinematographer on this movie did a really good job capturing those pictures that they did for the project because they ended up looking like immaculate and like very they had a vibe to them, you know what I mean? Like an eerie, grungy kind of vibe.
Yeah, they definitely paid attention to the background and the set a lot. Their rooms was that beautiful, and their
Yeah.
bedspreads, that beautiful dark purple that was very, and
Mhm.
then the green that kind of go with it, and very earthy and kind of witch-tastic. That's what I would
Yeah,
say.
very witchy, definitely. Good play on colors and I like that a lot.
And then they have their pact, right?
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, of all the fake deaths, which did you like most? Like
Um
just maybe for its artistic value, or just which one did you like the most and why?
I kind of like the fence one
Yeah, that
cuz
was good.
like having
She's like,
all
I
of
can
the
see your gaunch or whatever she could see. Let's take the picture.
Yeah, just take the picture. That totally would have been me.
I
But
love the Mad Tea Party,
oh yeah, that one was
right?
great
Because
too.
the way it pans out and they're just and it's very suburbia in the background, it's just very mundane and serene. I just like that one.
Yeah, that one's very whimsical, and I like that one too.
And then we have what game are they playing? It's not rugby, it's not lacrosse, it's not cricket. Is it stickball? Is that what they call stickball? I have no idea
Oh,
what game they're playing.
oh, I have no idea, but I think it's a Canadian sport because they're in Canada, so I think it's a Canadian like field uh field hockey. That's
Field
what Chris
hockey.
said.
Okay. Yeah, because I know they're Canadians are all about their hockey, right?
Hockey,
So I guess
yeah.
this is what they play when they don't have an ice rink.
Yeah, ice hockey, field hockey,
Nice, nice.
cornfield hockey.
No, no, cornhole.
Space hockey. That'd be fun.
And then the playground, the parents are like, oh, they're not gonna go anywhere. And they do, right? They're trying
Yeah.
to scare that bitch that was messing with Bridget on the field hockey grounds. And they're at a playground, and they find a dead dog that looks a lot like her dog. They're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's still warm," and then like she gets the curse right there. Like she starts fucking bleeding, like right there.
Yeah. It would happen at the most not good timing. It never seems to happen at a
Yeah.
good time, like when you're not doing anything, when nothing's happening. No, and it's always like bam, let's smack you with it while you're potentially gonna face things that are attracted to blood.
And I love Bridget's defense with the Polaroid camera. Yeah, those things are really big. I have one of the old ones. You can really knock somebody pretty good. At least she knocked her free, right?
Yes. That thing had some weight though. It's like it kind of reminded me of a brick. Like kind of like hitting
Hmm.
somebody with a brick or something.
What'd you think about that werewolf?
Um it was interesting. It was like it had kind of like dog-like features, right? And I haven't seen another werewolf like that.
And it was
Um
definitely big enough to you could see it as being a human, forming into that shape.
yeah, exactly. I've never seen a werewolf like that. I've seen like the typical, like American Werewolves in London that had a little bit of a different werewolf
Yeah.
than this.
They were less, the Ginger Snaps one was less furry, right? There wasn't really much hair.
It
It kind of
seemed
seemed like
more like
a hairless dog or something.
mange.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
A
I know
mangy
they didn't
werewolf.
have a lot of money for the special effects on this film, but I think they did really good with what they had.
Yeah. No, for sure. I thought it was good. I thought the werewolves looked pretty good and kind of a little bit like grungy. They weren't like perfect. They weren't like your typical Twilight werewolves. They were like pristine and beautiful.
Poof, a fluffy dog. Oh, come on. Come on.
No, these were like actual monsters.
Yes. Yes,
I'd be
yes.
afraid of these guys for sure.
And then we have Ginger she's starting to transition a little bit. She's starting to change a little bit, at least her attitude. And when that bitch girl's dog starts barking at her and she kicks it, what were your
Mm.
feelings on that?
I'm not one for violence on animals. I'm like pro animal rights all the way. But she did a good role. She did a character justice because you could totally see that she was becoming very unstable. I feel like once she kicked that dog, she just you kind of see her go, "Oh," and then she's like, "Fuck it." You know what I mean? She had that like
It's just
mo-
downhill from there.
yeah, she had that moment where like she was about to flip the switch, like, "Oh, what am I doing?" And then she just went full beast mode after that. So I like the way she portrayed that scene because you could tell um, she did it because of her feeling, not because it's like, oh yeah, I guess I'm gonna beat up a dog today. No, she did not go into the day thinking that. She just that that light
But
can
think
throw
about
blood.
I was thinking more of the alpha, the pact instinct, right? She
Mhm.
had to show the dog that she was the alpha.
Mhm.
And dogs nip at each other, kick each other, whatever they got to do. They're not the nicest creatures when they're amongst each other, right? Similar to humans. Interesting.
Evolution. Evolution's fun, dear.
And then the mother finds out that
Oh god.
Ginger's got the curse by doing the laundry, and like these panties are like, oh my god, like it looks like she's looking destroyed these panties. Like I would have just thrown those away. I would just been like,
Don't
no.
save them. Let's just go to what they have in those days. Kmart. I don't know. Let's go to Kmart, get you another pair or whatever.
Yeah, so they're done. And then she makes her the strawberry shortcake all dripping with.
Oh my god.
If you were a kid and your mom did that to you, what would you do? Would you be like, yes, awesome, this is delicious? Or would you be annoyed?
Um See, I would have probably been annoyed if I had the werewolf blood in me, but if I was just my regular old self, I would probably be like, food. Yes.
Right?
I'm like, oh, you get to feed me? Fuck yeah. I'll just pretend I'm on my period all the time so I can be fed, you
Nice,
know?
nice. I love it. And then we have after that we go to we see B using the free calendar, right? She's the free calendar she got with the tampons. She's like marking off the days till what? The full moon. Oh, look out! Look out!
You know what my first thought was? Because obviously in when this movie came out, I wouldn't have been at an age where I as a female had that occur to me. And I'm like, I'm sitting here thinking, oh man, ever since I've bought female hygiene products, it never came with a calendar. So I've been
Right?
fucking gypped. I've been fucking gypped, y'all. I need my calendar. Free
Maybe
calendar,
it's a thing
please.
in Canada. I've never like seen that in anything. That there's never been like free gifts. You know what I mean?
No.
Like,
A little calendar, a little reminder, like a little
right?
something. That'd
Something to
be
make me
nice.
feel better about having to pay a lot of money for shit just because you're bleeding out or orifices. Like,
Yeah.
ask for this, right? Like, this is just happening to you, and you gotta buy this shit. You know, they can at least like, make it nice. I mean, they make the
Yeah.
outside, the packages all pretty and flowery,
And
or you
pink.
have the scented ones. It's like, no, just give me something cool, a movie ticket. Fuck.
Stickers, whatever.
Yeah, stickers.
Like female power stickers, and you can like plaster them
Yes,
to
yes.
remind you to be strong.
I love it. And then we have her hot entrance, right? What did you
Oh
think
yeah.
of her hot entrance into school?
I was
And the
like,
song, the soundtrack's really good too.
the soundtrack for her walking into the school after, I was like, holy shit. I was like, when the first day I hit puberty like that, I did not walk into school like that. Oh Lord. Like it was
No,
not like that at all for me. I was like the nerdy kid, like, go away.
Get away from me.
Get away from me. I'm a monster.
Like Schmiegel. You're like,
Precious.
yeah, my precious. You're like, just leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I'm like freaking counting my like chocolate pieces, like precious. Stashing them for later. Yeah, good times. But no, that scene was great, and I was wondering, like, lycanthropy, does it just randomly make you hot?
Maybe
Because
it
she,
changes you,
but
and I
damn,
don't know if there were other female lycanthropes. So
true.
maybe she was in heat. Because remember she said you're ovulating, so that had to be when she was in heat. Remember she just threw that boy down. She just threw him down and started making out with him. I'm like, yeah, that's my kind of girl. She just like takes charge. She's like, no, I'm on top, sir.
Oh yeah, that was interesting. I'm like, well, obviously she's the alpha, and obviously, she's a hot alpha. So
Yes, yes,
a
yes.
woman in charge. Gotta love my women in charge.
And I love when the guy's looking at her. He's like, book me into the rubber hotel. I'm officially fucked up. Like some of the lines of this movie are just epic.
Yes, I like that one.
And then we don't see any boobies in this, but we do see some sexy booty, right? I mean, she's in the bed with her. We see her booty, and then we see what coming out from her underwears?
A tail.
A tail.
That looked like the most rat-like tail I have ever seen in my fucking life. That kind of disturbed me more than the whole everything in this movie I was cool with. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Werewolves, that's cool, that's cool. That rat-looking tail, I was like, oh no, this is where I draw the line.
No, not down with that.
Not down with that rat-looking tail.
And I love with the line, everything I look at goes silver bullet. Because Silver Bullet is a Stephen King story that they made a movie out of, which is one of my favorite werewolf movies. It's not it's 80s, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but there's a kid in a wheelchair and he calls it the Silver Bullet. And it's a pretty interesting movie. It's one of my favorites, but I love that they kind of gave you that little Easter egg in there as well.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought maybe they were referencing the silver bullet because of that's what they have to
Yeah,
use on.
traditionally kill the werewolf. Yeah, but
Right.
I think it might have been both. I think it might have been a little bit of both. So,
Interesting. That's a quite fun play on words there.
and then when she's with the dude, he's like, "You lay back," and he's like, "Lay back and relax." And she's like, "No, you lay back and relax."
God.
So I like the masculine female, right? Right? Who's the guy here, right? We have gender questions and things like that coming into play. Um,
Yeah, I really like that. In this movie they challenge the gender norm a little bit with those types of things, like where they're like, "Oh, this is a guy's role or this is a girl's role," or Ginger broke a lot of those barriers.
and then she starts getting more gray streaks in her hair. She's like, I
Oh
get
yeah.
this urge, and I thought it was for sex, yet it's to tear everything into fucking tiny pieces. When she finds her vomiting up, and apparently she had her first snack. And it was Norman. Oh, Norman the doggy next door. Poor guy.
Fuck it. He's probably barking at her a lot. That's what she was complaining about.
And I love when she describes sex to her. She's like, all this squirming and squealing, and then he's done. And I'm like, oh.
Girl.
Right? And He's right. He gets to be a hero, and I'm just a lay, a freak mutant lay. Right? That's always how it is. The women, and she goes on later on to say, who they would never suspect a girl, right? Girls can only be a slut, a bitch, a tease, or the virgin next door. That just really resonated with me. I was just like, yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah, I now that you're mentioning that part, that kind of hit home for me, and I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh my god, for the longest time I was just like the freaking uh babied freaking virgin, because like wasn't allowed to go out, I wasn't allowed to see anybody, I wasn't allowed to go to the movies, I wasn't allowed to have friends. So like it's funny because you start thinking about what she said, and I'm like, yeah, you just get fit into one of these categories as a woman, and then that's kind of like where you are in high school or middle school or whatever.
And then we see, I love when they hear a little kid screaming, right? And
Oh
it's
god.
Halloween. And the dude that she apparently passed something to, sexually is trying to eat a kid dressed up as a dog.
Yeah. I try to forget about that. I try to forget about that, but you can't forget about that. Thanks for the reminder.
Right? It's so great. Oh. And then he starts bleeding out his dick, right? And he's like, my pin exploded. My red pin exploded.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh man, that's rough, right? I mean, you worry about, your first time having sex, catching something, and then like the poor dude gets this. Like what would you think was going on? And he's got acne everywhere. Like she got hotter and he got not hot. Like
Yeah, he got worse.
so I
Shit
think they were
happens.
kind of like hinting at, the changes the body goes through and the acne and how you can feel like such a freak and so disgusting when this is happening to you when you're growing up amongst all the other bullshit you have to deal with, right?
Mhm.
And her mom was very standoffish. Do you think the mom kind of regretted that after what happens later?
Probably in hindsight, but at that moment, she was probably just thinking not much of it. They're teenagers; they're just gonna do what they're gonna do. But I like that line when the dad's like, "Oh, they're just being girls," and they're freaking hiding a dead body in the shack.
Yes. And then to distract her, Bridget goes, I want you to tell me, what do boys want? And then the mom's just like, oh, she was going to go in the deep freezer to get
Yeah,
something. And that's how Bridget distracted her. And I was like, this is great.
yeah, because the mom had to, on the fly, give her the talk.
But then I kind of felt, the bitchy girl, I felt kind of bad for her when she was worried about Bridget hanging out with the older drug dealer because she said to her, somebody just once shouldn't give him the satisfaction. So that made me think that maybe she gave her virginity to him and then he just ghosted her.
Yeah.
Think that could be a possibility.
Or maybe he hurt her. Maybe not sleep with her, but maybe like broke her heart. Maybe, oh yeah, I'm gonna date this older guy and it's gonna be great. And then he totally like fucked her over. And then now she's like, don't let him have anything because he's gonna wreck you like he did me. That's the kind of vibe I got.
And that's what I was always like what I got growing up. You know, the minute you give them what they want, they're gone. You know, they're just after that virginity, and once they get it, they're just like poof, they just like
Bye. Nice
peace.
knowing
You
you.
know?
Not really knowing you.
They're just like, ooh, give me that cherry, bye bye.
Man.
And yes, it can be the case sometimes, but it's not always.
True.
And then we have her accidental murder. Um, and then we find out that monkshood, they got a plan with the monkshood. And then the dynamic with Bridget and Ginger, you know, like Bridget does everything Ginger wants to do. And then the mom tells her, I really wish you'd start thinking about yourself. And that kind of got me thinking about peer pressure, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
another big theme that we've all had to deal with. And, you know, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't end. You know, it doesn't end as you grow up, sadly. There's still that pressure to, you know, fit in and things like that. Um, did you pick up on any of those vibes, Luna? And
Yeah,
what
I
make you feel?
did. I did. There's a lot of that. Especially going back to when they were playing the field hockey. Um, all it would take is one person to say, all right, you guys are dicks. Let's go back to doing what we were doing. You know what I mean? Like, all it takes is one person to be like, no, this is not cool. We're not bullying. Let's end it right now. But if your little friends are, ooh, rallying you up to do bad things, then you're going to do bad things
And the
because you
dudes are
want
like,
their
fight,
approval.
fight, fight. The
Yeah,
dudes are like, in it, into it, yeah, yeah.
that's what I mean. Like, you could tell, like, there's a lot of peer pressure within their little cliques and stuff. And that's something that's very common in a lot of coming of age stories, like the peer pressure and all of that emotions that you have to go through when you're at that time. Hopefully nobody gets to, feel that, but it happens. More than we'd like, right, Kat?
Oh yeah. And then I love when she has the monk's hood and she hits the kid when he's trying to eat the little dog boy.
Oh
He
yeah.
just pops up. I have to go. I have to go to class. Just like walks away. Suddenly he's a A student. Like what?
Maybe he was an A student. And then the lycanthropy made him all like crazy and wanting to eat little kids and shit, you know?
Oh man. And then her eyes. I think Ginger goes through almost her last kind of transition. She has two different colored eyes.
Oh yeah. I thought that was
And
very interesting.
yeah. Which of her transitions did you think was the hottest? Which were you like, yeah, that's my Ginger?
The one at the Halloween party. Right
Yeah.
before she goes super like monster.
Yes, yes. Where she's got both her eyes are that canine type blue. That's really pretty. And she has that cat's eye makeup. They did a really good job still,
Mhm.
making her look like a monster, but beautiful. I really
Yeah.
love when they do that with special effects.
Yeah, cuz she had like the feminine qualities. Like her feminine qualities were very amplified, but she had like a anamorphic looking face with all the prosthetics that I'm like, "Ah, yes, wolf girl, cat girl." It gave me like cat girl
Yes.
vibes. I'm like, "Oh." Mm.
Ooh. And she still had all the full expression on her face, which is
Exactly.
definitely what you want when your character's going through that final transition. What did you think about the ginger nips? We- she's got she's got the puppy nips. She's got
I thought that was really fucking weird, though. I'm not gonna lie. They could have just kept her like the booba. Like the human booba. I would appreciated like human booba and wolf features on her face, but like still like, you know.
Would you have liked extra boobas? Extra human?
That would have been a little too weird for me. That would have been a
Well,
little too weird.
I think if I wasn't worried about her becoming a full freaking werewolf, if I knew like she was just gonna stay like that, I don't know. I might have enjoyed some weird nipple and tail action.
Face palm. That
It's
deserved a
very
face palm.
phallic, right? That tail. I mean, that's that's super phallic. She grew a dick. Like she had like a back penis. Go penis? No.
Oh my god.
I mean, that would have been me if I like found out I had a tail. I'd be like, oh, what can I do with this? I don't know. Yeah,
I'm telling your
yeah.
husband. I'm just
I
kidding.
know. I'd be like in school, like lifting up people's skirts and stuff, like with my tail. Like, what was that? I don't know. Hello? A bug? It was a bug.
Oh yeah, we have it's a palmetto bug. Those are big.
Ew, no, I hate those. Oh my god.
That's
No,
funny.
no.
My aversion to tails and your aversion to bugs.
Yes,
we can
yes.
conquer this episode. I really feel like we can.
And then we have the countdown, right? And it's Halloween. The full moon. Yippee! Meow. Oh, Ginger snapping back there. Look out. Watch out for that tail.
Yeah, that's actually my kitty cat that wants to leave because she's like, I don't want to be trapped in here. You guys are weird.
Oh. She's worried she's gonna get a hit of the wolf's bane.
Sorry, folks. Quick intermission. I didn't realize my cat was in here when I started recording. All I heard is
She's a
meowing and
sneaky-
distress.
She's a sneaky pussy. Yeah.
You know what happened? My pussy came out of the closet, so
Oh.
she pussy likes to hide in the closet and then comes out of the closet.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. And it's funny, we're right talking at the part where she traps her in the bathroom, and you got a kitty trapped in your room.
yeah, cats being trapped. It's a thing because then they hide and then you don't know they're there and then they're like, oh yeah, there it is, little bastard. You had to hide here, didn't you?
And let's see here. Where will we go after this? She goes, oh, I thought it was very interesting that the full moon coincide right with her cycle, because guess what? Halloween, the full moon, remember 28 days after, she's got the curse again. She's got the curse, and she's turning full werewolf. That's gotta be fucked up. Like, all at once? Like, dude, your second time fucking having your period, and now you're turning to a full fucking werewolf.
See, that part confused me just a smidge because I thought she turned full werewolf because of the blood pact thingy that they did because they were like sisters and you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, that was Bridget's ploy to kind of show her that she was still the alpha, and that once their blood mixed, right, her sister now has it. Her sister is now going to change into a werewolf. And she was doing that to get her because she knew the potion worked. The wolfsbane worked. So she was trying to get her into the van willingly and take her to the house or whatever, to wherever she had the shot, and well, to make a new one because she knew she had the wolfsbane. Her mom had more wolfsbane at the house to get the shot to her, and he goes, and Sam knocks her out, and then she tells him, you dumbass, because he thought she was sacrificing herself for her sister, like she
Hmm.
always had, right, in the past. It was always all about her sister. But this time she made it seem that way to her sister just to get her to go along with her willingly. And then she was going to cure herself and cure her sister. Because it was the full moon that was making her completely change. And that's why the sister,
Hmm.
when Bridget's holding the wolf's bane, I mean, because it's already starting. And that's why she falls down the fucking stairs, because she's holding the fucking shit, and it's getting to her. Because
Yeah.
it's right into her bloodstream at that point. And what do you think
Those pathogens.
would you have just taken the shot and yourself and been like, sorry, sis, you're too far gone?
That's a hard question, but what they teach you in safety, in any safety class that you're doing, put the mask over yourself first before you help others. So, based on what I know, she was already struggling. It was just a matter of time before, because there's a full moon, so you don't know how long she had until she went completely feral, you know? So it's best that she prevent her son from becoming what her sister has. So she actually has a chance to make more of the wolfsbane potions and then kind of administer to the sister and try to at least have a chance, you know?
I love that. That's really smart. And that's actually the exact example that my therapist has used. Hey, you have to take care of yourself before you take care of others. And he used that exact, when you work in the airline industry, what happens first? You put on your own mask before you help another. So I
Mhm.
love that. I love that you
Mhm.
have that fortitude to know that you have to take care of yourself. And I've
Yeah,
always
cuz
been like, oh, I feel guilty. I have that like I feel guilty if I'm not helping someone else, but that's just my childhood.
no, yeah, I feel the same way too, because in my childhood I had to sacrifice so much all the time for other people. But now I try to think about it as like, okay, I do want to help them, but if I'm in this weakened state, what good am I to them? You know what I mean? If so
No, no, I do.
I try to look at it that way.
Absolutely. And that's the smart way to do it. That's the right way to do
Oh yeah, I
it.
still have brain cells left in there.
Yay! Maybe
Yay!
once I get over my past trauma, maybe it'll sink in for me finally. So
Finally.
back to the movie. Back to the movie. We
But
have
okay, we're not gonna talk about our trauma. It's not
uh
trauma hour. Oh wait, we have a viewer.
oh
Hey there, sorry I wasn't here sooner. We're streaming and getting tunneled by asshole killers.
oh
Oh no,
no.
Dane.
No,
Video
damn
games are
asshole
fun.
killers.
We promise not to kill you, so come
I
join the
I
fun.
wonder, are they just killing assholes? 'Cause she said they're asshole killers, so they're just
Asshole
killing
killers.
assholes.
They're just killing the assholes. They're just like grabbing the colons and ripping them out.
Yes,
Ooh.
yes. That's epic.
That sounds like it would be very painful to extract an
Yeah,
asshole,
yeah. Yeah,
but
man. But there's no coming back from that. You're done. Like,
yeah, I haven't heard of a colon organ replacement thing.
yeah,
So, chances are, yeah.
yeah. See
To
what they've
God.
done? So I wanted to mention the creepy ass picture, the sister art. When they're in the
Oh
house
yeah.
and we have the painting, right? I guess it's a painting of Bridget and Ginger. What the hell? Like, that was so creepy.
Yes.
It was like an awkward family photo, right?
Leave my cloaca out of this. Oh my God.
Hey, you started this. You got to stop thinking about the buttholes and stuff.
Don't get
Yeah.
us thinking about buttholes on this channel because we will go there.
Yes. Once we go butthole, we never go back. It just
No. So, yeah, the artwork. That artwork was really creepy, and I really want to know who was the artist that rendered all the artwork for that movie in particular.
right.
Because it was just like, ugh.
Right?
Very
Well, that
unsettling.
was, and did you realize that apparently she had mad munchies too? Ginger had mad munchies because they go into the house, and what's the first thing they see? The fridge door is ripped off. So she instantly like went to the fridge and was like, what can I find in here that will help me? And
I've definitely had nights like that where, go to the bar or something, come home, in college days and be like, ah, nah, nah, nah.
I don't care what it is. Hot foods. Gimme. Feed me, Steve. Feed me.
Put freaking cereal with ice cream on top,
Yes,
whatever.
I still do that, girl.
Ice cream and cereal.
Yes, but I put like a little bit of cereal at the bottom, and then the ice cream, and then the toppings, and then I let it melt a little bit. And, maybe I shouldn't give away my cereal secrets.
Yes,
I'm a
you're
serial
a
killer. Yes.
Serial killer.
Yeah. You know it.
God, you're too much.
Oh, and then the dude, Sam, right? The drug dealer. He has to be the fucking hero. Right? Bridget
Yeah.
knows her sister. Why don't you just let her do it? But he's like, oh no, look, it's already affecting you, blah blah blah. He should have just shot her ass right there and loaded another one. And they gave it to her. Right? Just like you said. Because he could have had enough to make another one. Apparently Ginger was right outside the door, but she was playing cool and quiet, so
like
he could have shot her real quick, right?
Let me hear what these motherfuckers are saying real quick. And it's funny because when they made the concoction the first time, it seemed way more complicated.
Yeah.
Like they were like really taking their time, really mixing the ingredients. When they're making it in that fucking closet, they're just like,
yeah. He's
I was like,
well,
oh my god.
When you're in a pinch, and he just used a cigarette filter for the cotton. It's just like, this is real fucking hygienic. And she's like, I don't think it's gonna matter.
It is cotton. Fuck it.
And you think if she dosed him herself and she fed off them, that you think it would have been effective? I was thinking like if Bridget dosed herself, or if she would have dosed Sam and Sam got sucked out and chomped on, where they were eating the blood, if it would have been effective that way. What do you think?
Maybe you gotta get it in a jugular or something, so it can like go through the whole body quickly,
Or maybe they would have had to like really dose themselves,
Yeah.
It had to be like really overkill for her to.
Because if you think about it, if you put it right in the vein or in the jugular, it's gonna go into your bloodstream and it's gonna be quick. If you just put it in your muscle and your like an intramuscular type of injection, it's just gonna absorb in the muscle, and then it's gonna take time for it to flow into the bloodstream.
True.
I only know this because I work in pharmaceutical.
Nice. I knew you'd have the answer.
Yes. Let me use my pharmaceutical knowledge to tell you about injecting wolfsbane into your bloodstream.
Yes.
To cure lycanthropy. Oh, what a tongue twister!
You did it. You did
it.
and then I love. It's sad, but when he's being eaten and his breasts get really short like that, that means the end is near. And it reminded me of remember in Terminator 2
Hmm.
when she went back in time. Well, she went to try and kill the guy that created Skynet, and then he's like over the bomb clicker thing, and he's like, it reminded me that he dies and click, and we have fun explosion. But it really reminded me of that kind of moment there. Um, and then Ginger throws up, and I mean Bridget tries to eat some to kind of mimic her sister and be like, yeah, I'm in this with you. Don't eat me. We'll share this dude. And then she throws up a little bit, but then Ginger's like, obviously, I mean, she's a werewolf. She's like not happy about it, but she threw up the first time she ate too. Remember when she ate the dog? So I
Hmm.
was like, well, that's not fair. But she wasn't exactly thinking clearly.
I think maybe if she was still more into her human form, she would have been a lot more understanding about it. But when she was full beast mode, I don't think that beast gave one fuck about
No,
nothing.
no. But I do love that at the end, Bridget is
Hi,
pro-choice.
Donut.
Hi.
Are you here to bring us donuts as we talk
Yes,
about
yeah.
werewolves
Holes
and
and buttholes, yeah.
oh, and
Both.
buttholes getting extracted from orifices?
Oh, but I love that Bridget is pro-choice at the end, right? Because she
Yeah.
gives her a choice. She's like, I'm not dying in this room with you. And do you think Ginger chose death? Because she has the needle in one hand and then she has the knife in the other. And then when Ginger like gets her in the corner until she puts the needle behind her and then comes at her. So do you think Ginger chose death?
It's hard to say. I want to say from a movie standpoint, that's I think where the direction the movie went. But as far as the character Ginger making that decision, I don't think so because she was just very animalistic and just completely morphed into a monster that I don't think the monster was able to have any sort of thought process, just like, I'm gonna rip everything and just no logical thinking. You know what I mean?
And
That's
she's
how
on her
I felt.
period. And she's on her period. Yeah.
Hmm.
Them hormones got to be, along with the wolf hormones, she
The wolf hormones. Oh my god, we're wolfing out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is that what they meant in Wednesday when they said wolfing out?
Nice, nice.
Sure, but I started with tacos. Ooh, I like
Ooh,
tacos.
tacos. Everybody loves tacos.
Uh,
You don't like tacos, I'm terrified of
I
you.
like the dessert tacos, so I can do this to the taco. M&M.
What? What? Eminem? What?
Because they put all the like cream and shit in it, and you have to like squeeze the dessert taco and be like, I don't.
Oh. Oh, you got to get all the cream filling out?
Yeah. Oh man, my camera does not know what it wants to do. Focus. Yeah, god damn it. I'm laughing
You're
too
ruining it
much.
out. You're
He's
too
like,
beautiful
stop.
for
No, no. You're too beautiful for it. That my camera's like,
it.
blurry.
Silly. So it was really sad when that was Night Night Wolfie, right?
Night
That
night,
when she
Wolfie.
was laying on her sister and
Yeah, so at the very beginning of the episode, I mentioned that there was a scene at the end, and with the sound and everything, and it made it really, really sad for me. I know you've seen this before, Kat, but did you still feel sad at that scene, even after years after watching it?
absolutely.
It still made
I've
you
I've
sad?
seen this I've seen this movie so many times and it doesn't make the impact any less. That's how you know it's
Interesting.
it's a good freaking movie. And time and time again, I continue to relate to these characters, and as I get older, I mean, it's been over 20 years now. It's crazy, like how time flies, and I still relate to them, but it can be in different ways now, or I
Yeah,
pick up on different things that I didn't before.
right. Because you're older, wiser, and have more life experiences under your belt. So you're able to tell, that's where the director's doing with this and this and that. So, yeah. I think I appreciated this piece a lot more now that I'm, in my young youthful 30s.
But is this movie not so you? Right? That's why I was like, I can't believe you haven't seen this movie. Like it's
Yeah, the aesthetics of this movie are so like 90s grunge and goth, and I don't know. I think they're definitely a vibe. So if you're into like goth, grungy, werewolf, teenage angst, sisterhood, if you're all into all of those, I think you'll really enjoy this one.
so are you excited to see the other ones of the franchise?
Um, I am. I'm just. I know they're probably not going to live up to the hype of this one, but it'll be interesting to see where they go with it. See what's in store
It's
for our
they're very
characters.
different. The one that actually came out after this is called, I think, Ginger Snaps 2 Unleash, or something like that. In that one, it kind of continues from this one. That one continues, at least in the timeline, from directly after this one. And then I think Ginger Snaps Back is like a prequel. It's a revisiting of the characters, so to say. Basically, they take the characters and they put them way back in time, like 1800s. It has a lot of
Oof.
a lot of witchcraft type vibes. So I think you'd
Ooh,
really like that one as well. The
I'm
other
into
one
it.
that came right after this is it's a lot more gore, um, and the special effects are still a little better. It's still a really good story, and I enjoyed it a lot, but it's still not the original. But if you do the Ginger Snaps Back, the prequel, it's pretty much like Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, right? It's the same movie, the same general plot, but different, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. Different characters, I presume.
Yeah, they're definitely with different characters, and I'm not sure if they have the same names or not, but they're definitely playing similar characters. Bridget's the younger sister, and Ginger's the older one, and they stick together. They're best friends or sisters. But yeah, it's pretty much like a revamp of the one we just watched.
Yeah. Now I have a question for you.
Yes.
If you were in Ginger's situation where you got turned into a werewolf, you got bitten by a werewolf and you got the curse of lycanthropy, and let's say hypothetically I had the cure and I'd be like, dude, we're gonna get you through this. Would you want that cure, or would you say, fuck it, I'm gonna live my best life as a werewolf and kill everyone?
Well, if we lived in a day and age where being a werewolf was sustainable, if there was like forest and stuff around for me to roam and be like not harm people, just be wild and free, that's probably what I'd want to do. But being who I am, and if that actually happened to me, I would be the one doing research right away. I would be like, let's get the Scoobies, like in a Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode. Come on, Scoobies, do your research. How do I not become full wolf? You know what I mean? We'd be messing with the wolf's bane, and playing with Silver and everything we could to try and at least stop it or slow it. But if it got to a point where I knew there was no cure, and then I would probably try to like restrain myself during full moons and things like that, kind of lock myself up, kind of cage myself like the wolf man. And then if that didn't work, then I just here, just take me now. I wouldn't want to keep hurting other people.
Hmm. You wouldn't want me to come in, step in, hit you in the neck with the jugular, and
If you had that, yeah, and if you had that, but again, who knows what I'd be thinking if I was full wolf? Yeah,
mm,
I might be just wanting to sniff some booty, you know. That's what you do. If I become a werewolf, you just give me booties, and like, I'll sniff them, and then you hit me. And that's with the shot. That's how you distract me, all right?
okay,
Because
I
I
have
love the
booties
booty.
for you. I have them
Booty.
all lined up. You come in there
Yes.
sniffing while you're sniffing. Err.
Yes.
I
Yes.
inject you with the serum and then you're cured, but you'll still want to, and then you'll slowly see yourself like go from the monster form, the human form. And as you hit human form, you're still like, Cat,
Yeah.
you're not a werewolf anymore. Yeah, but I still want to sniff the booty.
Yes. Yes. You know me so well.
Yeah. I mean, I did live with you for a bit, so I kind of
Yeah.
thank you for not sniffing my booty and being a proper roommate.
Yes. Yes. I restrained myself at night. That's how
Guys, this has been a chaotic fun shindig with werewolves and booties,
Yeah.
and I don't know what's this show come to, but we're having a great time.
So what do we have lined up next for our awesome viewers?
We are gonna do the death wheel.
Ooh.
Grab your book, grab the book that you have where all the mysterious, yes, flip to a page, and that's what we'll do next week.
Oh, I like it.
Because I hadn't had anything lined up, so this is how we're doing it. We're doing a Russian roulette. What does that say?
It says Pin, a plastic nightmare. Killer slashers is the category. 1988.
Ooh, can't go wrong with 80.
Another Canadian film.
Ooh.
I have never seen this.
I have never seen this either. Plastic, killers with plastic? What?
I have in this film, an all-American suburban family is not at all what it appears to be. Mom is a controlling neat freak, and her husband is an emotionally detached man who has a difficult time being a father to his children. Doom, doom, doom. He uses, oh no, there's puppets. He uses ventriloquism and a life-size anatomy doll named Pin.
Oh my god, I looked at the pictures. This looks really fucking unsettling. I don't know.
Oh no.
But
what did you do, Luna?
We're in for, I don't know what the fuck I did, but look, this is what they look like.
Oh, what the F?
So next week, we hit the death wheel and we're going to review this really fucking weird movie. Oh god, I don't know what's going on here, but these Canadians are getting wild. But
they were wild before. This is before, way before Ginger Snaps.
This is way before. Weird shit was going on in 1988.
Weird and polite. I love it. I love it. I love that mix.
Look at this. He's reading them a mathematics book. Oh Lord. This is
skilled.
This is gonna be really fun. I'm excited.
Yes, me too.
Are you guys gonna join us next week for an episode of Death Wheel where we picked a random movie and now we have to watch it?
Please join us.
Please join us.
One of us.
Oh god, where are we gonna find this fucking movie? It's gonna be probably so obscure.
I guess we'll have to start digging.
Let's start digging. It's on Shudder.
Oh sweet. Yay! Shudder.
Of course, the weird Canadian movie with dolls is gonna be on Shudder. That's fucked up. Well, thank you guys. Do you have anything else, Miss Cat, that you'd like to add to end our
No, I
ginger
don't.
snaps?
No, I don't. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. And I'm glad that I was able to introduce you to it. And I'm excited for us watching the rest of the series and checking out this creeper pin we have set up for next week.
Ooh, pit. Oh yeah, I'm like kind of scared to watch it because like it just looked really disorienting.
Well, you don't have to watch it alone. You could come to me and I'll hold you and we'll watch it.
Just no sniffing buttholes.
Damn it!
But yes, guys, so we'll definitely see you next week. Tune in where we'll be reviewing the 1988 pin. See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye!
Hello, boils and ghouls. It's your old pal, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper. And I want to thank you for listening to Delight and Fright with your hosts, Luna and Cat, a podcast for outcasts.